Welcome to the Cinefleur Studio podcast. Here we invite guests from across the floral and plant industry to share their stories and insights. Our aim is to equip you with valuable perspectives, trends, and inspiration that will elevate your personal and professional growth. I'm your host, Amanda Payne. Today we are thrilled to welcome Johanna Snel, the heart behind Cinefleur. Johanna has spent her entire life in the floral industry and has a unique perspective on what it means to connect the chain from growers to floral designers. We'll dive into her journey, her passion for building meaningful partnerships, and the value Cinefleur offers across the industry. Johanna, you have a rich personal connection to flowers and plants. Could you share a bit about your garden, indoor plants, and maybe even your vegetable garden?
Oh, yeah. We have a big garden, and I love that one. It's typical Dutch, and right now we got dahlias flowering, even gerberas. We brought it from the plantarium, and they are still, it's now November, and they're still blooming. The only thing I have to do sometimes pick them out, and then new ones start coming again.
Lovely.
And this summer we also bought a little greenhouse. Actually, it's I bought it from an old school friend of mine, and then my lovely husband built it up. And now it's ready for growing. So yesterday, it's November, so I'm trying something out. If some stuff will grow even now. So let's see.
And what is a typical Dutch garden?
A typical, I even don't know if that exists. But I'm really happy because last Sunday, I was in Leiden. That's a old city in Holland also. And then I was walking through an alley that's normally only bricks. And then I saw that they just put out the bricks a bit. And then all tiny gardens, like 20 of them, like this. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yep. What does your garden mean to you personally?
It's when I come in and after a day of work or when in the weekend and I look at it and there's always something new going on. Yeah. And that's what I love.
Yeah,
the new stuff, the evolving, and you got your little happy accidents. Some painter I once heard that say, yeah, I love that. And just when you work in it, even if because there's always weed. There's always. But when it really eases your mind.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about gardening.
It's good to refresh the mind after a long day of work.
Yes. Yeah. And you can combine podcast listening and gardening. That's what I do a lot nowadays.
Yeah. Talking about work, you've been in the industry for a long time. Can you tell us a bit about your background and what drew you to this line of work?
Yeah. My father was a grower. Together with two brothers, they took over from my grandpa. I live in Rijnsburg. That's really a cut flower industry area with a lot of growers, but also a lot of people in trading. And I remember that I was, I think, 9 or 10 years old. I was outside at the land also around this year. No, yeah, was it this time? Yeah, no, a bit earlier to plant tulip bulbs. We had our own tulip bulbs. We grew them in the north of Holland, and then in the winter we took them as a cut flower. And I've been on markets selling it 15, 16 years in Utrecht selling cut flowers. I love that part. And I've worked at a garden center. I've done my education in the floral industry. And then, after working at an exporter, I worked for about 10 years, I think, 10, 12 years. I worked for the flower auction. And over there, I experienced a lot with pot plants, with garden plants, cut flowers, from retail to florist to exporter. And then all of a sudden, I quit with that because my husband started another business, and that was video production. But the funny part is nothing is for nothing. So a lot of our clients are still in the floral industry. Yep. So we work from day one with breeders, growers, wholesalers. And then after a couple of years, we were like, we would love to get even more involved. And that's how we started Cinefleur. So it combined filming and photography that our crew loves, our crew loves traveling, as you maybe know.
Yeah.
And so we combine it with the floral world, with the florist, and we combine it because we work really closely together with growers, breeders, breeder groups, people who supply to the chain. So, yeah.
Such a story. So you've worked across the entire chain, and now the video production company, and now you have this product, Cinefleur.
Yeah.
What inspired you to create Cinefleur?
I think that went two ways. It was, okay, what would we as a company with our crew really love to make? What do we love doing? Because you better be happy with what you do, because a large part of your week is work.
Yeah.
So you better love it. So that's actually how our Cinefleur came to life, because normally when you have a video production company, you make something and then I'll give it to you and I hope you do the best with it. But it's out of my hands. The only thing I can give is advice. And with Cinefleur, we are also obligated that it's really well watched, because people are involved because they get the content, but also because of our platform. So that keeps us really close connected with what the audience like and how things are watched and getting really into the digital, and work with that and make your own product better. Yeah.
For those who are not yet familiar with Cinefleur, how would you describe it?
Cinefleur is a platform where the heart is, of course, the people that working on it. And it's a digital magazine, that's the heart of it. And we go about 6 times a year, we come out with an edition. And for almost every edition, we go somewhere in Europe, maybe later also out of Europe. And there we spend the whole week with florists, garden centers, floral designers. We go there with a crew of 4 people. And we take with us plants, flowers, other products that are used in our industry. And with those products, we make great content. So we do everything from A to Z. All the production, all the ideas are from us. And it's just lovely because we use those cities as a beautiful backdrop. So we travel a lot and that's what we like.
Oh, that's lovely,
but also to meet all those people in the industry, that's so great. And then when we come back, of course, we do a lot of editing. It's photography, filming, reels that we make. And that all combines in the magazine. But also our partners, like for instance, growers, breeders, grower groups, they get this content also for themselves. And they can use it also, again, in their own marketing. So, and they can also share it, for instance, with wholesalers. So in that way, what we do in this week, that brings substance to the industry where they can work again with. And of course, we have those marketing weeks. We put it also, we have about 35,000 subscribers, I think. On the Facebook, also 30,000, I don't know. But quite a large group, and it's growing. And they just love what we do. And we get the beauty of flowers and plants, what you can do, and a bit of trends and new products and topics on sustainability. That all comes around in the magazine and on the socials.
Okay, and how could you describe the connection between growers and florists?
Well, it's still that we are working in a chain with a lot of people involved. And so you got this breeder, then you got the young plants grower, you got a wholesaler, but sometimes it's even 2 to 3, 2 wholesalers, so importer, exporter, not exporter, importer. And then you got the florist. So you can imagine everybody's also really busy, that a lot of information is lost.
Yeah.
So, and we just want to do our little part of connecting those chains. So that we go to florists, we go to garden centers, we get their information, we bring them information. And even because of the products where we work with, sometimes the florist says, where is this product from? Because we bring it directly from the breeder or from the grower. And they know, for instance, only that there are a red variety. And then we come and we say, no, there's this and this and this variety.
Yeah.
Or we bring them knowledge about how well sustainable something is grown. But also the other hand, we saw really early that the more natural plants and the plant shops. I think we were like 5 years ago in Poland, and that was already the first time. And now you see it popping everywhere. And then you bring also this little inspiration, and maybe somebody do something with it. You don't know.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And earlier on, we were talking about. Just have to find it here. Earlier on, we were talking about the connection within the chain. What is it about this idea of connection that fuels your passion?
What really fuels my passion is that this is a unique branch. Even from all over the world, people are connected by flowers and plants because they work in it. And with so many people, I'll see it's not only work, it's also passion, it's a hobby. And for instance, also here in Holland, it's a typical Dutch industry, and we brought it, of course, all over the world, and now it's global. That's also what I, as a Dutchie, really a bit proud of. But for instance, I'm also involved in a lady circle, in a lady network thing in the floral industry. We're about with 60 ladies.
Lovely.
It's called the Lady Circle. And that's really awesome because there are people who are in the management of retailers. We got owners of how do you say it? Greenhouses, people from the flower auctions, from all parts of the industry, also in the marketing. And the nice thing is, you always get bits and pieces out of it that you as an individual can grow from, but also when you together talking the whole time about, okay, we have to, for instance, bring our message from the floral industry further in the chain or to consumer better. Then you have this power package of 60 women, and they have also their own connection, and it really...
Huge network.
Yeah, it's a huge network, and you can mean something. Yeah.
Beautiful. Talking about Cinefleur, we're here in a brand new podcast studio. Could you tell us a bit more about how this came to life?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, with Cinefleur Magazine and the platform we already have, we bring inspiration by video and photography and a little bit of text in the magazine and on our socials. But it's always it's not going really deep. That's because we don't want to. We just want to inspire and that you just have a happy smile, excite a bit. Yeah. And we really saw an opportunity to bring also in-depth knowledge or also inspiration from all sides of the industry. And that's what we want to do with the Cinefleur studio. And the nice part is we have a platform already with Cinefleur, so we can bring it out. And maybe it also will, how do you say it? Influence both parts, and
it's like cross-pollination.
Yeah, it's cross-pollination. Yeah, it's almost nature, hey? Yeah, but also we know a lot of people in the industry, and we would love to give them a podium to bring their knowledge also to our audience as a Cinefleur, and maybe. Well, they the same way as we use Cinefleur content. That they can use it on our platform, but they can also use it on their own platform. So even if people, for instance, want to make a series out of stuff, well, just come and let's see. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
When you think of florists, floral designers and garden centres, what comes to mind immediately? What do you think connects these different roles?
Oh, that's passion. Passion for what you do. Passion for making the world a little, this tiny area where you work in, or from this consumer or this event, makes it a bit more beautiful. And that can be with plants that maybe you... Well, for me personally, I have some plants in my house that are already there for 10 years. So that's excellent. They just grow up with your kids.
Yeah.
But also like flower arrangements, they bring happiness. And I think that's also what florists and garden people who work in a garden center, they really want to bring beauty to the life of people, and they want to nowadays, even as sustainable as possible. but they all bring happiness, and it's also an art. Like, okay, how do you make pot plant combinations? How do you combine it into your interior? But also, okay, where do I make floral designs for? Who's my customer?
Yeah.
Or who are my customers? And yeah, everybody's doing their own little thing, and
you can make it as high end as you want to.
Yeah, or as low, and just depending on how your life went.
Yeah, what's your passion?
What area? Yeah.
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 Interesting. You often talk about the connection within the chain. What is it about this idea of connection that fuels your passion?
I don't need really fuel because it's already there, and I think because when you connect people with each other, there's always something that where you find common ground, or where you see, hey, if we put one on one together, there you have three. So, for instance, I'm also in a group of women in the flower industry, and I think we're about 60 people or something like that. They are or from they work at a retailer, or they own a greenhouse, or they deliver to the industry, and it's really fun, really great to see. Just because you come a couple of times together, what you can achieve with each other, that you can bring little changes, for instance, for more sustainability, or for promoting flowers, or going a certain direction, or you just get as an individual input that you say, hey, she gives me this tip, oh, let's go that way.
Inspiring.
Yeah, it's inspiring, because the common ground is your love for this product of nature.
Can you give an example of what you picked up from those meetings?
I have to think about one. I'll think that we have to be more aware and talk about what flowers and plants bring to the world. That is really important, that we do that from all the parts in the chain.
Yeah. That's
really what stands out for me now. And
to remind yourself.
Yeah, to remind myself, but also that we need each other for that. We have to keep reminding ourselves to that and take action. Yeah.
Nice. Many industries talk about challenges, but you mentioned you see more opportunities. Could you share some of these opportunities that you see in the industry?
Yeah. I think the opportunity is the youth. I think it's the youth and the older people, because you see now in the a lot of people like from 50, 60 are getting we all get older now. That's just a natural thing. But a big group is over Europe, but also in America and everything. And those people still know what it is to have a garden, to work in a garden, to have plants or give flowers. And they will have more time and money to spend. So we better reach them and get to the places where you can reach them. And then on the other hand, you have the youth. And the youth is really aware about sustainability, and they don't have a lot of time. But on the other hand, they love also to see, hey, this is what I made or created. So I think this group is, they also have quite a dime to spend, but you have to reach them. And I think that there's really an opportunity, especially when you look, for instance, in all those big cities. Like 10 years ago, you never saw a flower shop or a plant shop over there. Now you can't walk in a city within, and then there you have this this clothing shop, and next to it is this plant shop. That's what I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are, I guess, working on their balconies more, having loads of indoor plants, house plants are so popular nowadays.
Yeah.
But it's about, I guess, also inspiring the youth, educating them on how to work with plants, because it's not a given anymore that we know how to treat them.
No, and that's where our industry has to stand up for that. and give this knowledge. And luckily, they are all also on the TikToks and everything. So. And the youth is really easy to find this information, but we have to bring it and bring it and bring it
on each platform.
Yep,
different content for different audiences.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Storytelling is so essential in this industry, from the flowers and plants we choose to the way we present them to the customer. How do you see storytelling playing a role in connecting the chain from seed to the final product?
Ooh. Well, every industry and every needs other content. We know because our background is a video production company, and sometimes you have to do something for rebranding or bringing a brand well known, and then on the other side you have this help content. So, but you need it all, but storytelling in particular. Because it's a nature product, you have to bring also your storytelling really nature, like it has to be real. And when you bring something real, but it's also a good quality, so that there's depth in it, or it's giving all the glory to the creativity that floral designers bring, or also this beautiful product that those growers grow, and you make a good story out of it. It will, it sounds a bit cheap, but it sells itself then.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot more. But
it's the
everything
golden combo.
Yeah, it's golden combo.
And you know that because of the way you grew up. You have that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I also want to talk about the future. What about the future of Cinefleur?
The future of Cinefleur. Well, we are actually really organic in what we do, but we also always make plans. And like, for instance, in 2025, we will go to Rome, we go to Freiburg, that's in Germany, we go to Cambridge in England, here we come. And we go for the first time to Swiss, we go to Zurich. But we also have our special editions in the winter and in the autumn, and now in the winter and in the summer. And we are a little bit planning for 2026 to go also out of Europe. Mm-hmm. So that would be awesome. We got some questions for that, for instance, to go to the States and even other crazy places. And maybe we also want to go one time to Africa just to bring, where do products come from, mm-hmm. and bring also the message of how they evolve over there on different topics. And and what I really look forward to is that we work closer and closer with different parts in the industry. So we were really always connecting growers, breeders, and to the floral designers. But now we're also connecting really close with wholesalers. And we did it, for instance, in Stockholm, where we work real close with a wholesaler, with Hukra Blomster. And the fun part is they say, well, we got for 1 year content. So they really get it. And that's what we want to bring. We want to bring more to the table for everyone in the industry. And connecting the dots.
Sounds really exciting, all of it. So I wish you luck.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah.
I think that is all we have for today. So I want to thank you very much. Johanna, is there a last piece of advice or a quote or words of wisdom that you would like to share with the listeners?
A word of wisdom. Well, make sure not every day has to be a great day of what you do, but be sure that you always do, that you follow your passion, that you always know, okay, hey, I got this. I'm working with this in this great industry with these great products, mm-hmm. and I'm lucky that I'm working in there.
Yeah, and I'm here for a reason.
I'm here for a reason. I bring happiness to people. I bring happiness in the industry, and when you have for 1 month not that feeling, you have to go back again. Spend a half afternoon in your garden or your balcony, then
And
understand it
always
again.
works.
It always works.
Is that what you do? You walk outside?
Yes, and then you know, that's where I live for.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much. And thank you for listening to the Cinefleur Studio podcast. We hope you found today's insights helpful for your floral journey. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring episodes and connect with us on social media to keep up with the latest trends and stories in the vibrant world of flowers and plants. Thank you very much.
More than welcome.